Rowdy.com Big 3 NASCAR style outdoors for our last video in Charlottesville, Virginia.
That's true. We are moving to Charlotte, North Carolina, the home of NASCAR, and the Cup Series heads to Pocono this weekend. The Tricky Triangle, second race of the year. Denny Hamlin style racetrack. But Buck, let's talk about the keys to this race. Coming off of Indy to Pocono, what are you looking for this weekend?
What I'm looking for this weekend is the restarts. The front stretch is very wide. We've seen guys go actually 5 wide there.
Sure.
So when you do a restart and you guys are rolling left and rolling right, and then you're going into that tricky turn 1, the question is, who's going to let up on the gas? Who's going to be a bigger man and step back? And if they don't step back, we're going to have a gigantic wreck.
You know, I think the thing is we're going to have a gigantic wreck at the end of the race because no one's going to want to get off the gas going into turn 1. And it is a tight turn. It is a tricky turn. Those restarts are going to be very, very wild. Jeff Gordon tells us why.
You know, when you get cars side by side at on those long straightaways at Pocono, it really allows for that slipstream behind to make it 3 and 4 wide, and you go into the tunnel turn 2 and 3 wide, and everybody's on the brakes hard. It gets just crazy. The intensity's so strong at the end of those closing laps and on restarts that you just are trying to gain as many positions, not lose any positions, and you got to be extremely aggressive, and that means bump drafting. It means going 3, 4 wide, and that's what's going to create some of those situations that you see in the end of the race.
All right, Buck, my key to this racetrack, not really the restarts, but as it always is, turn 3.
Soul patch? Soul patch?
We will talk soul patch because what you've got there is a big, long, sweeping, flat turn. It's banked at 6 degrees and takes you into the longest straightaway of NASCAR. So as a driver, the thing you'd like to do is make that straightaway even longer by backing up the corner, getting out of the gas earlier, and getting back on the gas sooner. If you've got the finesse to get through that corner well and get back on the gas early going into the front stretch, you're going to have a nice day at Pocono. But the thing is, there is that soul patch, that little patch of asphalt going into turn 3, and that has provided extra grip over the last few races. Each time we go there, Buck, it seems like the grip that thing provides is a little bit less. So it'll be interesting to see if drivers are back on the bottom there in turn 3 or if they still want the soul patch to get them down the front stretch. Absolutely. Now let's talk about drivers because we got 5 guys here with multiple wins. Denny Hamlin, most prominent among them. He's won the last 2 here, also won his first 2 here for a total of 4 wins. Carl Edwards has 2 wins here. Tony Stewart has 2 wins here. Jimmy Johnson has 2 wins here. And so does Kurt Busch. Who among them do you see winning this?
You have to go with Denny Hamlin. I mean, you absolutely have to go with Denny Hamlin.
I look at Carl Edwards. I've seen a lot from the Roush team in the last couple weeks, and maybe it's fool's gold, Buck, but Carl Edwards knows how to handle this racetrack. Was very fast in Chicago, decent at Indy, and you know the correlation between Pocono and Indy, not quite as strong as maybe it used to be because Indy's so smooth, Pocono's so very, very rough. But I like Carl Edwards in this race to maybe pick up his 3rd win and his first win in a very, very long time because I just think maybe the Roush cars have finally found something. Maybe they'll win it for Jack Roush, who's in recovery right now.
If Greg Biffle's any evidence, they have found something, and maybe they can pull it off.
Absolutely. All right, that's been your Rowdy.com Big 3 for Pocono this weekend. Enjoy the Tricky Triangle. We'll be back Monday to talk about it right here on Rowdy.com.
Rowdy.com. Say it like it is.
Say what like it is?
Rowdy.com.